Any movie involving a shapeshifter, you know damn well I'm going to be giving it a watch. Hey guys, welcome to Happy Wax TV. So tonight on the show we are talking about a movie that I actually did a trailer review a little while ago called Discarnate. It also goes by the name in some countries as Shapeshifter, but in Canada and the US and most parts of the world it's being called Discarnate, which means a person or being not having a physical body, which I guess sums this movie up pretty much is what it's dealing with. So I'm gonna give some spoilers away just simply because, like, honestly, if you've watched this trailer, I mean, it's actually surprising how much of the movie key points in the movie that they show in the trailer. But I guess seeing the trailer, you don't really have the full gist of what's going on. But after seeing the movie and then watching the trailer again, I mean, there's pretty much the whole story is in there. So, I mean, I'm not really going to be giving any secrets away or any surprises away that there's a creature in this movie, because yes, there is a creature in this movie. So, but anyways, let me get to the cast really quick. So it's directed by Mario Sorrenti. He is actually predominantly a fashion photographer. He's worked, had some of his stuff in Vogue and Vanity Fair, which is pretty cool. And then, I mean, the cast list, I mean, it's all recognizable faces. Thomas Kretschmann, Nadine Velasquez, who I hadn't seen before, but she does a pretty good job. Bex Taylor Close, and then Josh Stewart is in this too. He was in the Dark Knight Rises, and he's been in some other movies too. He's got a very recognizable face. You'll recognize him right away, and you'll be like, I know that guy. You just don't know from where. So, and there's a bunch of other people in this movie as well. So, but a lot of recognizable faces. Okay, so basically, I mean, it's a very simple synopsis. A neuroscientist obsession with a drug that expands the human mind inadvertently unleashes a deadly supernatural force on his team. So, okay, that's a synopsis, but basically in a nutshell, the movie picks up with what's his name in the movie here? Thomas Kretschmann's Dr. Andre Mason. His son is in their house, okay, and they don't really give any background. It just picks up. You know what I mean? And the kids, he's in his bedroom going to sleep. The window blows open, and he immediately throws the covers over his head. And then it flashes to a scene with his dad under the covers beside him, trying to calm him, saying, "There's no creature there. There's no creature there." And then the kid gets like just yanked out of the bed and through the window, and he's gone. You know what I mean? And that's it for that scene. I mean, Andre Mason's there sitting yelling out the window, yelling for his son, and he's gone. So that scene over, then we jump ahead 10 years. The story kind of picks up where he's found this woman, Nadine Velasquez, who plays Maya. I forget, they tell how he found her, but anyway, she, I don't know if she's kind of like a practicing medicine woman sort of deal, but she has this herbal tea that can put you, I guess, in this sort of, not a trance-like state, but it does shit to your mind where you can go into other dimensions, so they're saying. So basically, in a nutshell, he wants to get his son back. He's been, you know what I mean? And so he's found this woman. She has this tea. He tests it out, and he sees that it works. He's a neuroscientist, so what he does is he gathers his team up, and they go to this mansion, what they think is like a silent movie actor's old mansion, because it's all run down and dilapidated. But you find out later on in the movie that it's actually his old place, his old house, where his son was taken from. So, and then they start running these tests. They've taken this tea that the woman makes. Anyways, they bring her along, and they make this tea herbal shit into this serum so they can inject it. So they all take it, you know what I mean, at one point or another, just, so they can be kind of all focused on what they're trying to achieve here, which is seeing if this tea can open up, this other realm to see. But they're foggy on what the actual, what he's trying to accomplish here, which is getting back his son, which is what you find out later on. So, but then Josh Stewart, he works for the company that's kind of backing this this stuff, like the giving the funds, I guess. So he's there as kind of the, not really the protagonist, but he's there to question everything. You know what I mean? He doesn't believe in the supernatural and all this sort of stuff, and you know what I mean? He just believes what he sees and blah blah blah. So we have that scenario going. So anyways, okay, so that's kind of the general synopsis, but I mean, it's all in the trailer. It's surprising how much they give away from the trailer, but I'll tell you something. For the first act is your typical, you find out what goes on. You meet all the people in the scientific team. You get their background history and all that sort of stuff. And then even the second act, when shit starts to happen, you're thinking to yourself, okay, this is just like a ghost story. And not even really a good one. You know what I mean? Like they're starting to see these ghosts and entities and these little kids and stuff after they take this serum, and you're thinking, okay, well, whatever. You know what I mean? This is going to be they can hit you sort of deal, but you can't hit them and all this sort of shit. But he kind of teases you a little bit, the director there, because he gives little glimpses of this creature, okay? But you don't know if it's real or not, or if they're just hallucinating it for the first half of this movie, even the three-quarter mark. But I'll tell you, okay, I just did a trailer review for a movie called Redcon 1 yesterday, and I swear I've never seen a movie start out so awesome and with so much, like potential, and then just shoot downhill to the point where you're just looking at your watch wanting to be over. And I can tell you right now, this movie, it's not a classic, and it's not like a 10 out of 10, but this movie is the exact opposite of Redcon 1. And I'll actually use Silent Hill in there as well, because Silent Hill, for the first half of that movie, was fucking awesome. And then when it turned into that witch story, I mean, that movie shit the bed. And this movie is the exact opposite. I was looking at my watch and playing my video games on my phone when I was watching this for the first half. And again, I'm not giving any spoilers. Well, I guess I am a little bit. As soon as they introduce the shape-shifting creature to like the fullest, this movie, it just goes, pew, it's fucking, I'm telling you. So when you're watching this movie, okay, give it a chance. If you can get through the first, and it's only an hour and a half. So if you can get through like the first, 40 minutes, 45 minutes. And then once this creature starts to take over the film and becomes like a creature feature, then this movie is fucking totally watchable, and it just jumped up dramatically for me. So, and the creature is practical. I mean, there's a little bit of CGI in here, but nothing crazy. I would probably say it's like 90-95% practical. The creature is cool looking. I mean, again, all you have to do is watch a trailer and you can see, I mean, this movie ended, again, it's not the greatest movie you're ever going to see, but if you can just stick through the halfway point, and once this creature comes in, and some of the shape-shifting scenes, and even the kills, like what he's trying to do is they give a quick little background, because the whole time I was watching this, I was like, fuck, like, I hope they give some sort of a background on this creature, or somebody knows what the fuck's going on here. Do you know what I mean? So, and basically, they just say, like, I guess every culture has its demons, right? And they're saying this is like a Norwegian sort of demon, or at least the one girl thinks it is anyways. And it's not being accepted into the realm that it wants to get into, so it has to stay on Earth. So it's a physical being, okay? And what it thinks it has to do is eat people, eat their flesh to become like lifelike. So that's what it's doing, is it's going around and capturing these people or kids. It mostly focuses on children and eats the children to I guess bring itself kind of into a physical world. And you find out that this serum that they're taking, and this is, I guess, kind of a spoiler, but whatever. I told you I was going to give spoilers. When they take this serum, because in the beginning they're saying, they give it away that it can only see children, and the persons that live in this realm can only see children, which is why they target them. But the serum that they take, which makes these people, these scientists, see them, it also makes them visible to this creature. So it can now see these people. So it's on the fucking mad hunt to get as many as they can to eat them, you know what I mean? So it can fucking grow and become like a physical being, like a straight up physical being, and not kind of live in this kind of midpoint in between our world and whatever dimension it's living in. So I won't give the very ending away, whatever, you know what I mean? But again, I gave spoilers, but nothing crazy, because again, all you have to do is watch the fucking trailer, and it's mind-boggling how much of this movie and key points of this movie are in the trailer. Like, it's all in there, everything I just said. So call me an asshole for saying spoilers, but I'm not really, because it's all in there. But yeah, so anyways, get to the halfway point. You know, you might be looking at your watch going, oh God, it's not good. And it is pretty boring up until that point. And it's just your typical run-of-the-mill, you know, ghost story, poltergeisty, trying to fucking figure out how we get into their realm sort of thing. You know what I mean? But once this creature kicks in, it did it for me. I love fucking monster movies, and it's great. And it's too, like, they don't show the creature a ton, but they show it enough, and it's fucking cool looking too, and it's all done in dark settings. So I don't know. I thought this movie was okay. Again, it's not the fucking anywhere near the best movie I've ever seen, but they gave it a 4.1 on IMDb, and I think it deserves more than that. Like, I would say at least a 6, 6.5. If the whole movie stayed on par with the first half, then definitely I would give it a 4. Like, it's a snooze fest for the first half, and I know he's trying to character build, and there are some tense scenes, and the way he's filmed this too. You know, there's a few uncomfortable scenes in this movie, which I think he was trying to go for. And it worked for the most part. You feel a little bit uncomfortable, but I don't know. For me, I'm a monster guy at heart. I love my fucking creatures and creature features. And yeah, the second half of this movie won me over. You know what I mean? Like, so I would give this like a 6.5. You know what I mean? Maybe 6 3/4. I don't know if I'd bump it up to a 7, just because the first half of this movie was very lackluster. But I mean, the acting's pretty good. The sets are really cool. The way he's filmed it, he's tried to keep everything kind of dark and gloomy, and that doesn't really change. So I think, you know what I mean? Like, he's just trying to depress you. Do you know what I mean? Until he at least unleashes this creature on you, and then it's fucking, you know, all hell breaks loose. So I don't know, man. And like I said, the transformation scenes in this movie too, when this creature changes into other people, it's fucking good, man. It's really good. And it's a low budget movie too. I have a newfound respect for low budgeted movies, so I can't judge them in the same way I did after talking to like a bunch of directors that do low budget movies. Like, I have a newfound respect, and the fucking, you know, the pain and the struggle that these guys have to go through to first get their movie made, and then try and make the best movie they can with the budget they're given. So I'm going to talk more about that too in future episodes, and we might do a let's talk horror on it and stuff too. And I don't know, man. I did really like the second half of this movie, so I'm going to give it a 6.5. So anyways, movie's called Discarnate. If you've seen it, let me know what you think of it. If you haven't seen it, it's actually on YouTube. I think it's like $4.99, and it's on all sorts of video on demand platforms. So give it a watch, really. Just, you know, get through the first half, and I guarantee you the second half is going to be awesome if you love creature features. So anyways, watch it. Let me know what you think of it. And yeah, guys, make sure you check this one out. And until next time, stay scared.